Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Minecraft video. Today we're going to be looking at a Minecraft client, LabyMod. Let me know what you think about LabyMod in the comments. I will reply to every single comment as usual. Now, some of you would know that this client has been around for quite a while, even longer than Lunar. However, it's always kind of been like an alternative. So today I'm actually going to make a video covering this client and deciding whether it is better than Lunar, or whether maybe it should just be an alternative. Now firstly, I really like the homepage of this client, because when you just go onto the main menu, it has this nice little circus, whatever you want to call that. And aside from that, personally I still prefer Lunar. This is a bit cluttered. This is kind of placed bad, and the settings thing is really weirdly placed. Anyway, we'll go into multiplayer, and immediately, this is quite vanilla. This is after all a Forge client, not a separate client. You have all the different mods when you install it, you have keystrokes and everything. It's kind of weird when you sort of configure this. This is why I don't use keystrokes on this client, because it's really annoying to configure, which is one of the things I don't like. However, I don't really use keystrokes anyway. Now we go into LabyMod, and you have all of the different features, and this is actually something I like about this client, is that you can even put some of your favorite Forge mods into LabyMod rather than just using the client. It's not limited. It's all quite simple and easy to understand. I would like it to be more, I guess, sectioned off or more user-friendly. However, this is still quite easy to navigate and much better than Badlion. And as you can see, there are a lot of different features. Next, we have the add-ons, which is all the mods that you will need. If you install the add-ons, you will have this custom menu, custom crosshair, damage indicator, direction HUD, item physics, keystrokes, everything. And there are actually quite a few more, which I will show you once I actually join. You have the GUI, and you have the settings, and you can basically configure everything about this client. And this is one of the reasons it might be better than Lunar, if it is better than Lunar, is that this is extremely configurable. You're not limited to one type of client. You can do whatever you want. You can even import mods for that case. As you can see here, we have items, information, FPS mod, coordinates mod, all of these different mods. Date, clock, one of my favorites. External services, YouTube subscribers, that's always nice. I have 0 subscribers, which is quite obvious. Hypixel skyblock, this is kind of random, but yep. AFK time click test. This is basically CPS. I'm not sure why it's called click test. You can configure what it says, default settings, scaling, everything. But yeah, it really has a lot of different mods, and you can really just configure it the way you want. In terms of actually moving the things around, it is quite easy. One of the things I really would like is for precision editing. Like on Lunar, you can use the arrow keys to move your modules more precisely. However, it's not that big of a deal. And as you can see, this is my little setup that I've come up with. And now we will just play a few games of Bedwars and see how it feels like, the FPS and those kind of things. Now, another thing with this mod is that you can add modules to it if you don't have the mod. So for example, I forgot to add the toggle sprint module when I first installed LabyMod. So I will just go into my GUI, my add-ons, and search up for toggle sprint. Alright, I accidentally clicked the install tab, so I'm going to click just anything here. Here's the feature tab, and it tells you about the mod, and you can just install it. It installs really fast, and you need to restart. While we're here, before I restart, I'll just have a look through the different add-ons that you can add. Spotify, lots of different modules with unique features, which is one of the things I like. People always talk about Badlion having a lot of mods. However, if there is a client with just that many mods, it would be this, because it's like, with normal Forge you need to install mods, but this basically gives you a bit of a preview into a lot of different mods and makes it much more easier. It's like a blend between a client and just using Forge. This add-on allows you to use your controller instead of a keyboard. That is actually really cool. However, this doesn't have nick hider. I'm sure I could just either search that up or add nick hider myself using the whole configurable thing. And yep, however, I'm not gonna spend the time doing that. Either way, you can see my nick. I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna keep it or change it. I'm not sure. Now, I'm not sure why it's giving me 2 stacks of hunger or saturation or whatever. Not too sure why, but sure. I probably should move my scoreboard a little bit to the right, since there's barely any space between the left of my screen and the scoreboard. Overall, this feels pretty normal. PvP feels really different for some reason. I'm not sure if it's the animations or just anything else, but it just feels a bit different. I'm not sure whether it's better or worse, but PvP is a bit different. I'm probably going to play this game and just say how I feel about this. However, one of the things I did notice is that I get much less FPS on this. And a lot of people actually who use LabyMod did tell me that they get much more FPS on this than Lunar. And for some people it seems like Lunar doesn't do that well, which is surprising because for me Lunar is amazing, especially for recording since my PC isn't the best. However, since I record in 240 FPS, Lunar's the only client that actually gives me 240, and you can already see you might notice that it's a bit choppy. I'm only getting like half that, the mid ones, which is, I can obviously play with that. Maybe when I'm not recording it's going to be obviously better. However, is not ideal, which is why, in my opinion, that's a pretty massive negative for this. If you have a good PC, enjoy the compatibility or versatility of this client, and just like the feel of this being a Forge mod better than a client in general, then obviously I would really recommend this. It's definitely one of the best Lunar alternatives out there. However, especially if you have a worse PC, I would definitely recommend Lunar. And the fact that it's probably easier to navigate than, well, this client makes it an incredible choice just for a client in general. But yeah, overall, I definitely like the more vanilla feel to this client. It's actually one of the reasons I liked Lunar in the first place, compared to Badlion, which just seems sort of different, and probably it doesn't even look nearly as cool. Lunar was a nice sort of vanilla type of refresh. Alright, took a bit of a risk there with that aggro pearl, however, I probably need to get out of here, use my 5 emeralds and get another pearl. I have quite a few diamonds, probably need to use that, and I should be good for this game. Yeah, just to recap, overall this client is definitely much better for versatility and compatibility, especially for people who don't use Lunar, just because they have those few mods that they would use Lunar. However, there's a few Forge mods that they really like that's not Lunar. For example, I think High Stats was one that a lot of people liked, or not the High Stats website, but the mod that people would really like, and because of not having it on Lunar, they would use Forge just since it was a Forge mod. Obviously, Lunar did add the Bedwars stats mod which would cover most people's needs. However, some people might still like the High Stats mod, one because the Lunar mod is really buggy, and two, obviously, High Stats mod is for more games than just Bedwars. Yeah, we fireballed him. See if he has the fireball. Right. Be careful on bridges. Sometimes people will have fireballs that they just throw up, and sometimes they might just hit you. Also, be careful when you're jump boosting like this. Sometimes you lag back. Well, actually, a lot of the time you lag back. I have lost my win streaks too many times than that. I actually lost 2 50 win streaks just in the past few weeks. And now it's just us and White. White doesn't look pretty. Never mind, they actually seem pretty decent, but they don't have any prod, which is a huge mistake. Also, I really like the cushion effects mods on LabyMod. In my opinion, it looks better than the Lunar version. A few different things I can do here, since I'm kind of this game to last forever. Where is my tab? Right, I think White disconnected. I can get rid of White later. Let's see if I can do this. Sometimes this works. And it worked again. It's amazing on a pole just because it's a bigger map to Airshow. This works on Airshow a lot too. But the islands are just structured in a way where you can just fireball them off because they're so flat and not the biggest. Try not to get fireballed. He might want to fireball me. Did not get fireballed. Let's get pottery. I have a lot of diamonds. I'm gonna get some haste just so I can mine. KB stick, just stack up on everything. Also, with the KB stick, here's a little warning for a lot of people that a lot of people just seem to always get wrong. When someone gets a KB stick, I notice that they tend to use it, so when they get into a fight with someone, they sort of can't really decide whether they want to use their KB stick or whether they want to use their sword. And sometimes they try knocking them off and it fails. Sometimes I try using the sword, but that fails because the other person has more gear. So I would definitely, there's no real solution to that, but obviously don't rely on your reflexes. He is very laggy. We're just gonna jump up here in this. He doesn't see us. That was really pointless. I really like the sword animation on this client. Honestly, for me, it just comes down to whether you have a good enough PC. If you enjoy this type of client but don't have the PC for it, obviously Lunar is better. However, if you have a strong PC, then obviously try using this client and you might like it more. Either way, thank you for watching this short video and let me know what you would want next time. I've got a pretty interesting video coming up next week and like a collab a few weeks later. However, that's about it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.